me this morning is producer for the Scene Projects, Boo Boo. Welcome back to the show, Boo Boo.
Thanks. It's always good to be on here. It's always good to
Well, and
talk to
I,
you.
yeah, and I wish today was on better terms. So, recently befallen some I don't want to call them tragedies, but some hard times, man. You had some interesting stuff happen for you, or to you rather. Um, Within the last few weeks here. So why don't you kind of just quickly recount the story, and obviously people will see why it's important for us to share this publicly and to move forward then.
All right. Someone who I thought was a good friend, said, "Hey, come to this concert, keep me safe." And so, I wanted to make it worth my time, so I set up some podcast episodes for my show, and I brought my stuff with. And we got in an argument, and they took everything: my computer, my microphone, my headphones, all of it.
And there was no repercussions for that on them, right? You tried to call the police and you really received no assistance from them. The hotel you guys were staying at as well gave you no relief there. So they kind of, single handedly in one fell swoop tried to destroy your entire business.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it feels like.
Well, because your computer is your livelihood. You are not only a producer for the Scene Projects, but you have your own podcast, you have your own music and recording career as well. That's why I thought it was important to come out here and kind of share with our audience, because you are such a big part of what we're doing, albeit a lot of it behind the scenes right now. I wanted to kind of bring you on with me today to introduce you to our audience, as a member of this team, right? And a member of
Yeah.
our Scene Projects family. This isn't by any of your own fault that any of this has befallen you. It is a terrible thing that has happened, but it's how we kind of turn these things around. And it's very important for us to, it's important to ask for help, right? I think a lot of us get caught up in like, oh, bad things happen, and we're sometimes too prideful to even share it with anyone, right? We don't want people to know all of our moments of maybe weakness or sadness. And that was really, it was a big deal for you to step out and to kind of not just share the story, but share how other people can help you kind of recover from this. And so, can you talk about? We've made an Amazon wish list here for you now. You've got it in the chat inside of our live chat. There's a link there for it. But can you describe a few of the things that are on there and why they're important to your career?
I mean, honestly, it's a simple little 5 item list to get me started up again. It's just a computer, obviously, um, an XLR microphone because I need to be able to have my audio and everything to do anything. I need to have decent audio, an interface, and a pair of headphones. I can't remember what the last thing is. Honestly, I'm gonna look quick. Look,
Well, and
like,
and,
look.
and I want people, listening today and listening in the future as this thing kind of stays out there on the internet, to realize that we're not necessarily looking for handouts, but I mean, someone destroyed your entire livelihood, something that's
Yeah,
taken you years and years to build up to this thing. These microphones, these things aren't cheap, right? I mean, a microphone can cost upwards, the one that's sitting right here next to me says $500-$600 microphone, right? And we're not necessarily asking people to contribute and to buy a $500 microphone. These are simple pieces, pretty much as affordable as it can get, to get you back to work, to get you, scheduling and producing all of this content for the Scene Projects, and to get you working so that you can provide more for yourself, to get the things that you really want in the future. So in no
exactly.
way is this wish list like I'm putting the most expensive top of the line stuff out there because I want this. It's a no, this is the bare essentials and, kind of the bargain basement things that I need just to function in my job every day.
Exactly. That's really what I did. I mean, I think the whole thing might cost like $320 for an
I
entire
don't even
setup.
know how you get a computer for that cheap, but
Oh, I did a lot of research until I found one that had the right specs that's less than 150.
that's crazy to even think that you can buy a computer for 150 bucks. But
Less
you're
than.
also not using it for, you're using it for one purpose, right? It is for content creation, whether that is the podcasts, or it is your own music career. It is a sole purpose. We don't need all the junk attached to it, and this computer is really just serving a single function.
Exactly. It's just,
So I
you know,
encourage all of our listeners to get on, check out the wish list. If you can contribute a little bit to the scene projects, Boo Boo's a big part of what we're doing here. I know you guys don't see him as a face of what we're doing yet. We're going to be moving his podcast over, but we can't do a lot of those things until we kind of get him back and on the road. So I wanted to get you in today. I wanted to talk a little bit about what has happened, and how people can help you. Do you have a Venmo or anything that you can put in the chat for everyone as well, Boo Boo?
I have a Cash App and a
Okay,
PayPal, but
Cash App and PayPal. Throw your links in there so people can, even if they can't afford to purchase one of these things, that they can help you by contributing a little bit monetarily, and help us get you back to work. We're hitting our stride here, and to share with all of our listeners and our fans around the world, the scene projects are growing rapidly. You can see new banners behind me. Operation Combating Veteran Suicide is our new nonprofit partner. They have been instrumental in bringing some of the things that we have absolutely needed in our organization, bringing them to life for us now, and giving us an opportunity to not just serve ourselves and growing with our own podcast, but in serving our community. 22 veterans a day are committing suicide right now. That is a absolutely appalling statistic, if you ask me or anyone else with a heart and a conscience. So we are doing everything in our power to end the stigma, first, of talking about it and talking about mental health, but also to bring resources directly to veterans. Starting close to home, Black Hills of South Dakota is where OCVS is centered, but we have such big plans to help veterans across the entire country. So I encourage you all. You can see the beautiful QR code here. If you get a chance, go ahead and scan it on your phone, or go to oc-vs.com and check out everything that they've got going on. Make a donation there. That organization makes a lot of the things that the scene projects are doing right now entirely possible. So we are very grateful to them for giving us the opportunity to serve our communities, to serve the people that we care about the most. And veterans for us are the top of that list. Obviously, we do a lot of other charitable work around. We love helping out wherever we can. But this is a organization that we will be tied very closely to for the remainder of my career, at least, and who knows, maybe Boo Boo's as well. Um, Boo Boo, can you talk about kind of what you've been doing, obviously, before getting your computer stolen from you? What you were doing for the scene projects specifically, right? I mean, obviously, we are the content creator of the year with the scene projects. That is not a one-man operation by any means. I realize it is my name on the award, but moving forward, you are a huge part of getting the content actually out there. It's one thing to record it, right? And then it's another thing to have people actually going out there and seeing it. So give us a little kind of rundown of what you've been doing behind the screen and behind the scenes.
so I work a lot with the production and post production. Making sure subtitles and things are put onto the YouTube videos, scheduling, making sure clips are, correctly timed and things, and yeah, making sure all the descriptions and everything match as they're getting put into the social medias. I also promote it as much as I can to anybody who adds me on Facebook or anything like that. There's invites sent constantly. I'm doing as much as I can with promotion and production. That's really what I do here, and I enjoy it a lot.
Well, I enjoy having you as part of this team. You are self motivated. All I really need to do on my end is to make sure that the content is where it needs to be, and I've been very grateful for having you on the team here these last few months, and watching you grow and watching you take a larger and larger role in what we're doing here. It's a time consuming effort, right? Even as we've been very fortunate to have such amazing technology at our fingertips between podcast AI and some of these GHL programs that we've been using. We're now using Rocket Growth GHL, so shout out to them for kind of bringing us on board and delivering a rock solid product. But I mean, even though most of this content is kind of being created using AI, it still has a human element where, even if it's just copy and pasting, that still needs to be done. And it's just really comes down to time behind a screen to do the things that need to be done.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a lot more than copy pasting, honestly. There's a lot of spelling issues sometimes with the AI, capitalization issues. You know, it's a lot of reading too, and that's so much fun to do this and know that I'm putting something into somebody else's creation that's a lot bigger than my own, you know?
Well, and let's talk about your creation a little bit, because I don't think that we're going to be that much bigger than you for very long. I think you have a really clever podcast idea, and something that I don't see a lot of other people doing. Can you go ahead and describe for the listeners and everyone here what it is that your podcast really is, the format, and what it's all about?
All right, so my podcast is called Freestyle Freakout. It's a music podcast. I like to bring on rappers and singers, really anyone who's willing to freestyle on a beat, and that's a music artist or something, and I give them a chance. I like interview them. I bring up things that I've researched about them at first. We talk about those things, and then I ask a series of questions, and a lot of them you probably haven't heard on any other podcast. And then from there, I have about 15, 16 beats I've made, and I just let them go crazy. I just let them for as long as they want till we run out or until they're tired.
That's awesome, and I don't see anybody out there doing anything like this at all.
No, I haven't really either. That's why I said that, like I've thought the idea for a couple years. Why not just do it?
Well, exactly. And that's what podcasting and this is all about. We're very fortunate to live in this time and place to have access to all of this technology to do this, right? And to do it from the comfort of our own home, right? Or really anywhere that we want to go. We're kind of both very mobile with our setups, and we can go and be everywhere. I just spent
Yeah.
the last weekend out at Vibe Fest, and was recording everything, right? Just capturing every bit of everything that we could, and bringing that content now to the masses, and to show them, what fun it can be when you're hanging out with us, essentially. Like, if you
Yeah.
want to have a good time and you want to meet some really fun people and be in some really cool places, what you really need to do is start following the scene projects and start tagging along with us on some of these amazing adventures that we're having.
Definitely.
Boo Boo, what haven't we covered today? We kind of went through the current events and everything. Obviously, the podcast is essentially on hold, I'm assuming, until we can get the equipment that we need,
Yeah.
gotten back to you. So I know we got plenty of work to do with the scene projects. I know you have obviously a computer that you're borrowing right now, but we want to get you back on your feet. So why don't you go ahead, kind of plug away on all your stuff? We have the links for everything here in our in our live stream chat, and we'll be sharing those elsewhere as well. But go ahead and plug all your stuff and let the people know why they should support you.
You wanna know why you should really support me in this? Like, I'm gonna be as straightforward as possible because this is my dream. I eat, live, and breathe music. It makes me a lot happier, and I make this music to try and push positivity and happiness to others and help them find their own happiness. That's what I'm working on with my album. That this person has put a complete stop on currently without this equipment. I cannot finish this album, and I promise you guys, it is the most positive music album you will ever hear. My entire goal is to make people happy with this, and that's why I'm here trying to rebuild.
Well, you heard it from the man himself, right? If you want to help make other people happy and help us continue doing the work here at the Scene Projects to continue to make the world a better place, then you can help us out. You can contribute. We have his PayPal and his Cash App up on here. The Amazon wish list is there as well if you just want to reach out and buy it. I'm sure you can do it anonymously if you don't want your name put to anything. I tell you what, anybody that contributes more than $20 to the cause today, I'm going to send you a Scene Projects t-shirt as well. So make sure you're getting on there. Help our boy out here. That is Xavier Red Ring, a.k.a. Boo Boo. He is our super producer here at the Scene Projects, behind the scenes, and soon to be bringing that awesome podcast, the Freestyle Freakout, hopefully over to the Scene Projects podcast network as well. So, Boo Boo, thanks so much for jumping on with me today, sharing a little bit of your story, giving us an opportunity to serve you as you have served us, right? You don't work for us. You are in a volunteer position, right? A unpaid internship, if you want to put it, in lighter terms, but you're not getting paid from the Scene Projects. Hell, we're not getting paid from the Scene Projects yet, right? So it's everything to us to know that our fans are supporting directly us doing exactly what we're doing. We love you guys so much, and I can't thank you all enough for jumping on and contributing to the cause, supporting our boy Boo Boo, and helping us to continue keeping this thing on the road, because the engines are fired up and we're ready to start hauling ass. So thank you all for listening in today on a very special live stream episode. This will be going out everywhere else later today as well. So stay tuned. Boo Boo, thank you always for not just being a part of the scene, but for being a brother in this project that we're working on, and always putting kind of the mission and the Scene Projects almost ahead of yourself in many ways, brother. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate that.
Thank you. I'll always work for you like that. And thank you for being like a big brother to me in this scene and helping me understand things, teaching me.
It's completely my pleasure, man. And we're gonna do this for a long time coming. So I hope I can continue to be that light in your life as you are in mine. Everyone else, have an awesome day. We got the things up in the chat. We will be sharing more links and stuff for you all day on all the social media channels. We love you guys. Thank you for supporting us and being a part of this thing, and for being a part of the scene.
Much love.